Bienvenue à TRANSLOGIC. Je suis Bradley Hasemeyer. Welcome to TRANSLOGIC, I'm Bradley Hasemeyer. We're in Paris, a beautiful city known for fashion, for art, and for delicious food. But most recently, for a couple rideshare programs. The bike version, called Vélib, and the car program, Autolib. We're here to check it out. So as far as the Vélib goes, there are 20,000 of these bikes all across the city. There's 1,800 stations, and they're no more than 1,000 feet from each other, so about 3 football fields. You can completely navigate the city using this system. So let's say you want to get a bike. You head to the Vélib station, you go to the kiosk, you enter your information, and you grab a bike and go. If you have Navigo, you can just bypass that kiosk altogether, just tap and go. That simple. There's not really any suspension on this bike. It is a 3-speed that weighs about 50 pounds. And as I'm rolling over the cobblestone streets here, I'm feeling it. So you're probably wondering how this is all put together, who's financed this? Well, it's not quite private, it's not quite public, it's a little bit of both. In 2007, JC Decaux, an advertising company, decided this would be a smart move, so they teamed up with the city of Paris, investing $140 million at the very beginning, giving them 1,600 prime billboard real estate spots. Which means, now that they have control over these spots, they can sell advertising to whoever for whatever. So, in the end, they're probably coming out ahead. Here we go, rocking out in my Autolib. It's all electric. It was designed by Pininfarina, the same guys that designed Ferraris. Doesn't really have the same Ferrari specs. Recharges fully in 8 hours and can go about 150 miles. It does have a top speed of 80 miles an hour, but here in Paris, you won't be going much faster than that. The regen braking on this is pretty strong. If I take my foot off the accelerator, I can kind of feel it braking for me. Dash is a completely digital LCD style dash. And then I have a GPS. You know, it might not be the most attractive car, but it's going to get you from point A to point B. It's got lithium polymer technology. It's actually something that's been around since '95, but what makes this special is that the batteries themselves are flexible instead of having to be encased in a rigid shell. And that's because it's not a solvent on the inside, but it's a solid polymer. So the program began just the other day, 250 cars to start with. Within about a year, they're gonna have 3,000 cars with 1,200 locations all around the city. This could, according to statistics, reduce carbon emissions by 22,000 tons a year. That's huge. It's a great thing. They're setting up an infrastructure, they're providing vehicles. This is really a great movement. This could be a great thing for Paris, and hopefully, if it takes, maybe it trickles into the States and we get some cool stuff like this over there too. All right, that's it for our time in Paris. We learned this, Vélib works. And we love the idea of being able to take mass transit everywhere. And if you need a bike, get a bike. If you need a car, get a car. You know what the beautiful thing of it is? You don't have to own either. It's a proven method for Paris, and it could work in places like Chicago or New York. We're huge fans. All right, for TRANSLOGIC, I'm Bradley Hasemeyer. See you next week. Au revoir.